Oh, I forgot to turn monetization on. You guys haven't been looking at any adverts. Oh, gutted. There goes my 6p earnings tonight. Okie doke. Is that the right one? No, that's the wrong one. Okay. So I'm just getting the stream up myself so I can see what you guys are actually saying. Where am I? Is that the one? Nope. Refresh that screen. That one. And that one. Right, I can see you now. Good evening. How art thou? Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to turn monetization on. Terrible. Means I've lost an entire 6p on tonight's stream. Gutted. Oh, what was I doing? Are we doing Impact first then, is it? Is that right? Was that the the consensus between the pack? So yeah, I think because I set up Impact the way I did, you get 7 matches on this first card. For some reason, with lots of promos involving Roman Reigns, and who's not actually on this roster, is he? Why is Roman Reigns doing a promo? This show's freaking weird. Okay, let me put Roman Reigns on the show, then take him back off again. And that might just refresh the card a little bit. So... Romain Reigns. We don't want those promos, do we? Put him on Impact. Okay. And then Roman Reigns. Take him off of Impact. Okay. So that refreshes that. I hope people know to come to the new stream and not just stay on the old one and wait for it to reload, because it's not going to work. I should have maybe made that a little bit more clear, shouldn't I, really? We'll give them a few minutes to all get over it, because we've only got 5 people on at the moment. So, yeah, we'll give them a few minutes to come over. And then we should be going to Impact then. There we go, so do that. Obviously, you 7 are the smart ones that know to come to the new stream rather than sit waiting at the old one. The rest of the slow buggers. Right. Why is it still... Why? Why, Roman? Why? Why do you think you deserve this, Roman? You don't, Roman. You are a disaster. One of the other things I like to do that sometimes works, I like to just set up a random rivalry. So we'll go... This sometimes works just to refresh the card a little bit. There we go, it worked, okay. Then delete the rivalry. There we go, that's the card refreshed, okay. Just for my sanity as well, I am going to remove Bray Wyatt as Matt Hardy's manager. Yeah, it's fine, Matthew. It's just the card hadn't reset when I did it, so it's it should be fixed now. So allies, remove. No, just remove that one. Remove him. There we go. It's refreshed now, though. Right, do you want to give me your Impact card, and I'll start putting it in? So just to pre-warn you then. So for Impact, we have got 3 episodes before our first pay-per-view. But of course, you guys are in control. If you want to book your first champion earlier, that's absolutely fine by me. We're all back. Good. We're back up to 9 people. That's good. So I believe we're doing Impact first. Let me get the Impact stuff open. Where are we? SWE Impact. Okay. Singles roster and shows. Alright, cough today. Is that a bad sign? I mean, it's not good, is it? Right, so copy and paste. No, not paste there, you stupid silly Billy. Paste there and then put that there. Right, there we go. Put it all on straight away if you want, Matthew, because there's like a 40-second delay on this anyway. So yeah, if you put it all on straight away, then I can scroll the chat back up rather than, because it might take a while if we do it all one by one. So you got 7 matches for me then, Matthew. And then you got 3 shows to the first pay-per-view. Sometimes I do, Jay. Were you talking over it or anything like that? Because I think sometimes just pure gameplay gets taken down because it's copyrighted. You have to add something to the what you're putting up. No problem, Matthew. Just throw them all on, and like I say, if I get behind, I'll put them. I'll just scroll the chat back up. What I'll do is I'll type them all into the spreadsheet first, anyway. So if you want to check out what the card is going to be, obviously give the link description down below for the Impact spreadsheet, and I'll put all the card in there straight off the bat. Yeah, Jay, YouTube's really funny sometimes. If you don't, you have to make things transformative for it to work. It's a bit of a funky one. So you have to transform something so you can upload it. So, for example, if I just uploaded just wrestling matches with Michael Cole and JR talking, that wouldn't be classed as transformative. But doing what we do, we're changing and creating our own sort of thing. That works, apparently. How do you mean just... No, sorry, I had to start a new stream just because I don't know how to change the stream title midway through. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I thought I knew how to do it, but the other day when I did do it, and I could see it had changed, nobody else could. Whether you have to... Maybe you guys have to refresh, I don't know. But now that we've gone away from setup and we're actually going to do our first set of shows, we decided we're going to do it this way. Yeah, it's just because I didn't know how to change the name of the stream just, and that's simply all it was. So I cancelled the stream off, checked to make sure the cats weren't having a fight with anybody else, and started the new stream, and then we're going to do a couple of shows, or maybe, I don't know, it depends on time, and I say I'm absolutely knackered, but if this first show isn't too long, we'll try and get 2 done. If it is going to be, I mean, it's a 7-match card, so it might be a bit longer. We'll have to see how it goes, I suppose. Ready for you, Matthew, whenever you are? Oh, okay. You got me there. Whoa, bloody hell, mate. Your opener is Joe versus Styles versus Daniels. Holy crap. Okay. He's going big. Is old Matthew. I like it. Okay. Oh, sugar. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to turn the game audio off for a second because we're going to get music. I pressed start the show instead of edit, so it started the show. So that's just a mess, isn't it? Absolutely a mess here, isn't it? Right, Matthew, where are you? There you are. Don't scroll all the way. Matthew, I can't see the entire... I can't see the whole thing. I can see it up to the word Eddie Edwards, and then it cuts up. I think you must have a maximum limit of how much you can type. So if you can just send me the 3rd match onwards. Yeah, only lets me see... only lets me see up until the word Eddie Edwards. Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. No, that says Saniels. Well done though. And AJ Styles. Put the game audio back on now then. Up to 40. There we go. Right. Oh, bloody hell, mate. Freeway elimination submission. Gonna make that one. Angle, Davey Richards, so cut. Angle, Davey. Why do I keep it in S's instead of D's? Davey Richards and Roderick Strong. Okay, and then yeah, the third match is the one I've not seen so far. Impact World Championship. Triple Threat Elimination. Triple Threat Elimination. Okay, third match is Eddie Edwards is all I've got so far. Eddie Edwards. Okay. So I've not scrolled down yet if you've commented the rest in. Okay, mate, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I've got to the word Eddie Edwards as far as I've got, so if you can go from there. Okay, Eddie Edwards versus Jay Lethal. LAX versus the Rascals. The North versus OI4K. James Storm versus Bobby Roode. Alex Shelley versus Chris Saban. X Division Championship. Okay. Okay, we're not far away now. I just need to go and create that one match we need, and then we're good to go. It's a hell of a card you got there, mate. Lots of talent getting their first opportunities. X Division Championship, there we go. Right, so I'll put that card in now on this sheet in the link down below if you want to see that. Let me just go and make this match. Yeah, no problem, Justin. I did. I put a note on there earlier, didn't I? Yeah, and that I was going to ask you that as well. Yeah. I think it's going to be a 6-week rotation on pay-per-views. I've put your one in 4 weeks in. So you've already written the first 4 weeks with the cards, haven't you? So I put yours in 4 weeks in to make it easier. But then it'll be every 6 shows after that in between each pay-per-view. Because we've got a 6-week rotation to get everything working. What are we doing? So, show, new. It's a good shout, Jay, but we have no core space left. We have no logo space left. We have just nothing left in general at this point in time. What am I doing? Why am I in the wrong... Stop talking to me, you're confusing me. I don't mind Shelley versus Saban so much, and... Okay, mate, yeah. So those are 2 tag team no more contendership matches. That's fine, mate, yeah. And what am I doing? Creations. I keep getting distracted by chat. I do apologise. Oh yeah, that was just a note. I don't know if you understood what I meant by that. Used obviously you have to confirm the card before you start it, so we won't know who's won those 3 battle royals before the yeah. I've got to book the main event before those battle royals, so we won't know who the winners are. That's what I'm trying to say. My brain is not working very well at all. I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. Submission only. Elimination. There we go. Submission. Submission's got 2 S's, isn't it? Elimination. Right, there we go. So I'll put the card up now. What am I doing? Universe, now we're good to go then, aren't we? Got everything we need. Everything sorted. Everyone's going emoji mad. Tell Rude and Storm, one of my favourite tag teams. I don't know why. It's what really got me back into wrestling was Impact, and watching Rude and Storm was great fun. Right, actions edit. Here we go. So we're starting things off with a bang, with a triple threat match to crown the first Impact champion. The classic match from Unbreakable, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Christopher Daniels. Space Jam. Impact World Championship. Then into our second match of the night, which is the triple threat elimination submission match. Kurt Angle, 2006 we're using. Davey Richards and Roderick Strong. Where are Roderick Strong? Oh, my TV's about to go off. Where's my controller? Once I grab my controller, because my TV's about to energy save its way off. There we go. We're back. Ugh. Who leave the TV controller right on the other side of the room? Terrible. Eddie Edwards versus Jay Lethal. Eddie Edwards versus Jay Lethal. Boom. I've not created the stables yet. So that's why I'll do that over the weekend as well, I think. Yeah, I think the first one was always the amazing one, wasn't it? Right, Eddie, this is LAX versus the Rascals. Got a Space Jam. It makes me laugh, you know. I didn't realise. Well, I'm about to. I'm not gonna badmouth people, like, but I thought my my audience was a little bit younger. I must admit, but all you guys are not too far age-wise away from myself, are you? I suppose. We're all in the 20s and 30s, aren't we? Apart from maybe Justin. I just assumed that a lot of my audience was well, a bit like WWE, I suppose. This is the Rascals is Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz, isn't it? Is that right? Yeah, I know it won't be as bad though on this one, New Generation, because we've got a lot more different brands, so it shouldn't be too bad on this one. Yeah, I was 5 when Space Jam came out. Yeah, I just weren't sure because I know Trey Miguel's joined that stable now as well, hasn't he? I weren't quite sure if one of them was, like, if Desmond had pushed himself more into a singles point of view. The North versus OI4K. So from here on, Matthew, the cards are only going to be 5 matches long from here on. So you've done well to get your advantage out. Jay was a Space Jam baby. Ethan Page and Josh Alexander. I think what might be a good idea, you know, I'm just thinking about this now, but what might be a good idea is if we start, instead of booking the matches now, maybe we can start booking the cards at the end of each show, so we can sort of use what's happened in that show to build the next card, and then that means that I can set some of these up off camera before we start as well, which is obviously going to speed things up a little bit. But maybe that's a shout, so maybe at the end of this episode of Impact, we can book the next episode based on what's happened here tonight. That way we can react to what's happened and stuff like that as well. That might be a good shout. And then if I've got all the cards written down here, then it means that I can get them all set up. And then when we do stream, obviously we can just go into each card and we're all good to go. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think with 15 brands, it's going to be very difficult to remember what happened last show. So if we do it while it's still fresh in our memory, then that might be a good time. Alex, I think Omega said he was going to be around, but he wasn't going to be listening. He was going to be listening and not watching. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm thinking, Justin, as well. I'm just thinking now, it's taken me a lot of time to actually get this card sorted, and if I could get all the next shows booked in off camera beforehand, then it's going to be a lot easier just to start the stream up and then just to go basically straight into it. And if we can get the things booked now, then that'd be fine. Yeah, we maybe should have mixed and matched it a little bit. New generation, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. Main event of the evening. We're going to go for a little bit of X Division action with Alex Shelley versus Christopher Saban for the X Division Championship. Where are we? So X Division. Is it up here? It's going to be down the bottom, isn't it? Because it starts with an X. Oh, I hate it when people do this. Right, okay. I just have to fix this myself, 1 second. Essentially, I think what's happened is somebody has made the championship cruiserweight only, but also Shelley and Saban are not cruiserweights necessarily. One of them might not be down as a cruiserweight in game, so I'm going to have to edit the championship. Edit and make it not for cruiserweights, and we'll just control whose class is a cruiserweight and not. So Impact X Division Championship. I mean, whoever made this championship should know that it's not a cruiserweight championship. Do you remember what Impact used to say? It's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. It's quite a nice belt though, isn't it, actually? I'm quite happy with that. Right, so if everyone wants to watch this show and sort of keep track of what's going on, and then we can start to book some stuff up next for next week. Obviously you as well, Matthew, being the GM of the brand. Everyone else can obviously keep track of what's going on, and we can all throw some ideas towards Matthew. And then, yeah, we'll book the next episode of Impact at the end of this show to make it easier. Right. So this should work now if I do it. Select championship. Impact X Division Champion. There we go. I'm so smart, aren't I? Here we go. I see a bit of a theme going on here with you, Nathan. Right, so this is the card. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels for the Impact Championship. Kurt Angle, David Richards, Roderick Strong. Triple threat submission elimination match. Eddie Edwards versus Jay Lethal. Santana and Ortiz versus Zachary Xavier and Desmond Wentz. Ethan Page and Josh Alexander versus Dave and Jake Christ. Bobby Roode versus Jane Storm. And then the main event, the X Division Championship match between Alex Shelley and Chris Saban. So we shall turn off the entrances just to speed up proceedings. And then we are good to freaking go. There we go. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to do, actually, Matthew. It's yeah, I did, yeah. I got stuck in it, and I decided just to own it and continue on, you know. Yeah, I think it'd be good actually to write the cards after the shows happen, because then what's happened tonight is fresh in everyone's memory. If you want to see the winners of the Rascals, I mean, don't forget you've still got more tag teams, you know, Matthew. If you wanted to, you could make this a first round match, not necessarily a semi-finals. You've got a couple of weeks. You could have another 2 matches next week. And then, no problem, Justin. Yeah, you could have another 2 matches next week in the Titan division. Then you could have another couple of matches the week after to determine the 2 people, or 2 teams even. So you could have like a little 8-man tournament rather than just using tonight's tag team matches. Right then, here we go. Here we freaking go then. First match of this brand new Universe mode, and we're going to crown one of our first big champions. Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and the other guy, AJ Styles. So I will be updating the rankings as we go along, so if you want to keep track of that, then of course you can do. And the link is in the description down below, and anyone who's watching this video would have re-uploaded it as an individual show. And the link will also be down there if you want to keep track, but be in mind that there may be some spoilers, because if this video is old, then the rankings will be a lot more up-to-date. Are you going to have the TNT Championship defended every week, Omega Project and AEW, or...? It's possible. It's definitely possible. Ian, you were going to do NWA, weren't you? We won't get to NWA tonight. But yeah, I think you're the only person who stepped up for NWA, so if you want to keep that, it's up to you. Like I say, we're not going to do... just because you're in control of a show sort of thing doesn't mean that you're the be-all, end-all, if that makes sense. Obviously, I want people to lead certain shows to make sure we do continue going down a smooth, proper path. But at the same time, we want to obviously get everybody involved. So obviously we'll have to listen to everybody's ideas. But yeah, having someone just to lead it, just to make sure we don't veer off track. And like I say, if you do the 2 tag team matches this week, we've got to make sure that next week's tag team match again is going to be linked onto that, or however you want to do it. No problem, Alex. Like I say, I'll leave them all up anyway, and I'll upload the shows individually as well. So if you do want to have a look, then you can do. Nathan, what would be the rules of a Space Jam match? Because it sounds very Bruce Pritchard, I must admit. Does it involve putting something on a pole by any chance? We're doing pretty well here. Daniels, I mean, this is a classic match, wasn't it, from Unbreakable? I want to say 2005? I might be wrong, but 2005 pops into my mind. It was possibly still now the best match in Impact history. I mean, I really loved the... one of my favourite parts of Impact history was the Best of 5 series between the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money. That was really, really good. I really enjoyed that. Some absolutely fantastic matches between those 2 teams. It's just a Space Jam DVD on a pole. That's all it is. Yeah, I think apart from that sort of that 5-match series for me, I struggled to find any amazing matches, to be honest. Yeah, I seem to recall there was a repeat match, but I think the problem was, Matthew, I think when the original match happened, it was... I don't think anyone really... It was a big moment, wasn't it? It was the first time the X Division had main evented a pay-per-view. It was... no one really came into it with that expectation. In 2009, people came into it with the expectation that it was going to be incredible. And it's very difficult to hold up to that standard when people think it's going to be incredible. NWA TV Championship defend every week. That sounds good to me. Turning point, was it? Was that the same turning point where it was Sting? It can't be the same turning point. It was Sting versus Joe in a cage because we just established Joe was in the triple threat. Sting Joe, it was Kurt Angle Joe, wasn't it? That's the one I'm thinking of. So I'll just have a little bit of a drink as I go along. So, of course, the winner of this one will get 2 points in the rankings. The losers will both lose 1 point, but more importantly, the winner is going to walk away the first Impact champion. However, there is the first pay-per-view in 3 shows, well, 2 more shows after this show's time. So that could be a short-lived championship reign, depending on who really picks up that momentum and gets that opportunity at our first pay-per-view. As there's the Kikina clutch here, locked in by Joe, but AJ able to break free. That's a cool idea, New Generation as well. Because I've done the Ring of Honor and New Japan rosters. I'm happy for you to be a little bit liberal with crossing the talent across. But I would like to try and not make it a permanent thing. Like, I don't want Okada and Tanahashi turning up every single week on Ring of Honor because that wouldn't be realistic. But I'm happy for that. And, of course, we can do some mixed shows if you want to as well. Like specials. I think especially now the Bears, with what they've learned in their separate careers, it would be really interesting. I mean, Daniel's a lot more experience now, AJ as well, Joe as well. I mean, they might not be quite as agile as they were, but in terms of sort of like storytelling and stuff like that, it would be a fantastic match to see it once again this day and age. The Space Jam Championship. That could be a tricky one, mate. You know, the stupid thing is, I bet you if we looked in Community Creations, that would probably exist. That's the thing that gets me in Community Creations sometimes. Like, some of the best stuff on there, it's just so random. It's like, one of the best cores on there is Rihanna. And I know some people might want to do that, but it just frustrates me how someone who's really good at making cores has dedicated their time to Rihanna rather than somebody who I could really use. But a pretty good match so far. It's Joe in control at this point in time. AJ's on the outside. Joe has Daniels in the ring and dominating. I say I'm also happy sometimes to do some more longer term shows as well. Like, for example, if you did want to do a G1 climax, we could sit down one day and do the whole tournament in one day. Like 3 or 4, maybe 5, 6, 7 shows in a row just to build up all the stats and that sort of stuff. And it's the same with other ones as well. Like I said, PWG. Could have the Battle of Los Angeles as a free pay-per-view show. We could have Combat Zone Wrestling doing their best of the best, or Deathmatch Challenge, King of Deathmatches, stuff like that. So, and even the likes of WWE, if we wanted to do like a King of the Ring or something like that, we could definitely integrate that. I'm happy doing that. Hello, Michael Birdass. Powerbomb on the outside there by Joe on AJ Styles. Shabby's cat. Be too dangerous, mate. She'd destroy everyone. It'll be just like everyone will be a jobber. I saw that they announced the New Japan Cup. Yeah. I don't know. Do they have an audience there? I'm not sure, to be honest. Is that a whole month of New Japan shows, or it's like a whole month of my streaming? So at the moment it's AJ Styles in control now. Joe's on the outside down. Of course, this is the first of 2 championship matches tonight. We'll crown the first Impact champion and the first X Division champion as well. My phone is almost dead. I'll put that in charge quickly. A whole month for... So what it would be, New Generation, is that, like I said before, there's going to be like a 6-week rotation of pay-per-views. So, yeah, you'll have 6 shows in between pay-per-views, so you can really build it quite well on that, I suppose. Me, Michael, yeah, I was at 97, 98, I think is when I really got into it, and then when JBL became champion, I lost it for a few years, I must admit, and then I started watching Impact again. That got me back into it. But I watch it a lot now still. Elbow right in the knee there by Samoa Joe. Now twisting the arm of Christopher Daniels, but Daniels catches him back and Joe slams him straight off of the ring post. And Joe in control here. What's that one? So Lucha Brothers versus SCU, Cage versus Pac, Omega versus Lance Archer, Young Bucks versus Best Friends, Cody versus Brody Lee. That's a cracking card, that is, Omega Project. If you keep a hold of that, I might take that off you before the end of the show if you're happy, and I'll put it into... I'll say that I won't because I've not got the spreadsheet done for it yet. Rey Mysterio, Seth... I think, probably Seth, to be honest. I mean, I do... What is happening? This game annoys me so much sometimes. Well, Samoa Joe's won the championship, that's great, but it's just a bit annoying how Christopher Daniels just stood down the outside watching it, really. But that is the troubles of live television there, ladies and gentlemen. It does happen certain ways, certain times, and that is going to be exactly what does happen. Samoa Joe has become the world champion for the first time. Samoa Joe. There we go. So Joe got the win. That's a very strong champion to start your reign off, but like I say, a little bit disappointed with the way it ended with Christopher Daniels just standing there. It was a very good match apart from that, yeah. 4 stars, New Generation. I'd agree, it was a very good match up until that. Samoa Joe and SCU. Well, there must be a reason why Christopher Daniels stood back and allowed Joe to win it. And, you know, what my opinion, Matthew, I'm going to assume that AJ Styles is not going to be impressed with Christopher Daniels for allowing that to happen. You know, I'm just being... I like to play devil's advocate every now and again. Shabby's cat versus Samoa Joe. And the funny thing is one of my cats is called Athena, which I'm pretty sure was Ember Moon's name on the independent scene, wasn't it? That wasn't why I called her Athena, but... Yeah, Meg, if you write that down for now, and then when I get all the sheets finished up, I'll be able to write those in then. That'd be interesting. Well, the Bears, yeah, I think those two. I like to play devil's advocate sometimes, and just throw these people in against each other. It's one of the things I liked about Lucha Underground, to be honest. There's that whole thing where Dario Cueto would throw anybody against anybody at any moment's notice, just to see what happens. And I think that's the sort of thing that would happen there. So that's what I would like to do a bit more in our Lucha Underground. Well, it's not Lucha Underground anymore. I've changed it to AAA. Because I realised if I call it Lucha Underground, obviously we've got to use Lucha Underground style names. If we call it AAA, we can use Lucha Underground names and AAA names, which means we've got Omega the Bucks in there as well. I'm sure I might be wrong there, but I think Ember Moon's name on the independent scene was Athena. Let me just have a quick look. I mean, it would make sense because Athena is the Greek goddess of... Let me just double check. Yes, she was called Athena for a while. There you go. I was right. And Athena is The Greek goddess associated with wisdom and warfare. There we go. It could be a very interesting match between those, couldn't it? I feel like Roderick might struggle a little bit here. I think he might have the less of the submission ability than the other two. Yeah, Mike, well, I was a big fan of Lucha Underground, to be honest. New Generation, I can take that off you before the end of the stream. Well, what are you doing? Well, 1 second. There's another cat in my garden again. Huh? There we go. Right, sorry about that. Kenta and Hideo Itami. I've not put them both on the roster, have I? We run out of calls, so you'd have to use Hideo Itami. You can't use Kenta, I'm afraid. Yeah, at the moment, this is the only save file I've done. So at the moment, we've got Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Combat Zone Wrestling, and Raw available at this point in time. Roddy now take an angle up and drop it in face first. It's been terrible. I don't know what's happened, right? My cat's been enjoying the garden now for about 2 or 3 months. For some reason, over the last 3 or 4 days, there's been bloody cats everywhere coming into my garden. It's been absolutely crazy. I don't know whose cats they are. They're just like all over me. Davey now heads up to the top, dropping the knees. If you want to, Ian, nobody's done anything for Combat Zone Wrestling yet. If you want to have a look at that one, you're more than welcome to book a 5-match card for that. No one's dealt anything with that at the moment. I've written one for Raw. Nobody's seen that interest, so I've done one for Raw already. But yeah, Combat Zone Wrestling, no one's touched yet. So if you want to do something before your show's ready, Ian, you can definitely do that one. You can find the roster. Have I done a sheet for that one yet? I don't think I've done a sheet for that one yet. But if you go to the top link, Ian, the one that is, what does it say on the top link? The top link that says nothing. It's just literally a link. If you click on the top link, it will take you to the main sheet, which is the one that I'm on at the moment. And you see the tabs at the bottom. You can see one for Combat Zone Wrestling, CZW. And that is the current roster we have. There's 46 names on there. So that can be pretty useful. But yeah, no one's touched Combat Zone Wrestling yet, so you're more than welcome to write that one up. Is Davey Richards gone? Was Davey eliminated? Who eliminated Davey Richards? I was looking at the screen. I was looking at my spreadsheet. I don't know who eliminated Davey. Right, I need your guys' help on this one. Who eliminated Davey? I know I keep saying this every day, but I'm going to try and start a Discord up for you guys to use for this as well. Roderick Strong. There's me saying that Roderick Strong weren't going to be too good with the submissions in this one. He gets elimination. Okay, cheers for that. Yeah, I'm going to look to try and start up our own Discord, and then I can create different pages for each brand, and then you guys can throw your ideas in there. I think that'd be a good shout. And then you've also given me the card so I can pre-make them. If Roddy pulls off the win here, this would be a massive upset in my opinion. I really thought Kurt would have this, you know, tonight. Nice belly to belly there by Kurt Angle on Roderick Strong. And of course, it's no countouts, no disqualifications, because it is a triple threat. Well, Ian, that's a hell of a long name, that one, isn't it? Dango, your mum. Michael, yeah, I do enjoy football. When you say football, are you talking like American football or English football? If it's English football, I'm all on board. American football, I'm pretty limited in knowledge. So Kurt Angle dominating this one on the outside at the moment. I think that, just think about it, I think what the cat issue is here, you know, I think it's because people have been keeping their cats inside during the lockdown, and now the lockdown's finished, they're letting the cats back out again. That may be why all of a sudden they're coming around again, because they've been let outside. Maybe. I must admit, your profile picture is very small for me. I can't see him very well from where I am. Because I've got the three different... Well, I've got two monitors set up, and I've got the big television set up as well. So I'm watching the game on the big television with the two monitors either side. One's got the spreadsheets up on, and the other one's got the stream on. I'm trying to keep track of like everything at once. I can see your picture. I recognise all the pictures, but I can't see what it actually is. Scunthorpe United, wow. I'm a Man United fan, I am, Michael. Looking forward in 8 days' time for the football to re-emerge, the Premiership, that is. The Scunthorpe season's ended today, isn't it? Angle now with a trifecta of Germans. That trifecta of Germans, right? Quick question for you all now, let's see if you're a bit more knowledgeable than I am. That trifecta of Germans, is that a homage to Chris Benoit? Because Benoit used to do that before Angle. Has Angle just stole it? Or is that a homage to Benoit? I'm not so sure, to be honest. There's the Angle slam. Probably didn't go for the ankle lock, to be honest. I was going to make a joke there, Justin, but I don't think I probably should, to be honest. I don't want to get my streaming privileges taken away by YouTube. Yeah. Nice Kurt Angle there, slamming the face of Roderick Strong into the top turnbuckle. Survived then, yeah? Yeah, I first saw it from Benoit, and I don't know whether Angle just stole the move or whether whether Angle was sort of paying a sort of subtle homage to Benoit. I wasn't quite sure what it was, to be honest. That's right, Michael, I understood it. Roddy can't pull this off, surely. Roddy can't pull it. Oh my word, Roddy's pulled it off. With both eliminations as well. Wow. Okay, Roderick Strong pushing his way up hard and joins Samoa Joe at the top of the rankings. And the thing is here now is, Matthew, you might have to consider Roderick Strong as a contender here for the World Championship. After that result with those two eliminating both men as well. I thought he was a big underdog in this one. I said at the very beginning that I thought he was going to struggle because he hasn't got a lot of submission moves compared to his opponents, but there he is pulling out a massive victory. Wow, that was embarrassing for Kurt. And that now puts Kurt in the minuses in the rankings. He joins David Richards, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels down on -1. Very interested. Roddy, well done, my man. Let's move on. Yeah, bloody Brock Lesnar. Problem is, it was. I find Brock Lesnar's like a really old computer. So like he had to install German Suplex, but to do that, he had to remove all of his other programs. So that's all he can fit on there now is just German Suplex. Yeah, maybe we'll have to wait and see what happens further on in the night. But maybe we could set that in stone, or maybe Roddy could have to fight against someone else to gain that opportunity. But after that big win, it'd be pretty harsh not to give him something out of it, I suppose, wouldn't it? I think Strong versus Joe is very like retro X Division, isn't it? Very like 2004, 2005 X Division style. But this could be an interesting one as well. Eddie Edwards versus Jay Lethal. Well, I don't know the Bears on this because that's what I assumed. But after hearing the what was it, the John Moxley interviews and that sort of stuff, where he said that, because I was really excited about Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. When Ambrose said he came to him with all these different ideas of stuff they could do, and Brock just wasn't interested in any of it, he just wanted to German him everywhere. I think that's essentially what they ended up just doing, and it, I think it just shows an overall laziness from Brock. I mean, it's a laziness, but at the same time, I suppose he wants to just stick to what he knows and sticks to what he's comfortable with, but that's not what it's about. You've got these guys pulling off these absolutely incredible moves, and Brock's not willing to go anywhere out of his comfort zone. It's pretty disappointing, really, from my opinion, but hey-ho. He gets to do whatever he wants, and that's WWE's fault, really, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah, that's the annoying thing, isn't it? If Brock wants to do it, he's amazing, but I really feel like he's got so little interest in it, to be honest. I mean, he just doesn't seem to get any... I mean, the matches you think that would be really good. I mean, I know it doesn't sound amazing, but the Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley just seems like an interesting concept. I mean, both ex sort of UFC style guys. I thought that would be a pretty interesting match between the two, but I don't know what it is with them. They just... I don't know how they let him get away with it as well, to be honest. Yeah, Brock works really well with smaller guys just because it makes him look stronger, because he can just throw him around everywhere. The thing that got me, what was it? It was a few years ago now. It was before Daniel Bryan. What am I thinking of? I can't remember what it was now. There was... what was it? It might have been Seth Rollins, actually. I think it was leading up to WrestleMania a couple of years ago. And Seth Rollins had like a 35-40 minute match on Raw. It was a pretty good match, to be honest. And it was brought out afterwards, like some of the wrestling like news guys said, that Seth Rollins spent longer in the ring in that one night on Raw than Brock did in the entire 365 days he was champion. And that's crazy when you think about it, isn't it, really? I think it's so... I mean, I see what they do with Brock. They use him very sparingly. It was the same way with Drew. Like, I absolutely hated the fact that they let Brock be so dominant in the Rumble this year. I really, really hated it. But then, after the Rumble, when I sort of sat back and thought about it, I realised how smart it actually was. Because, I mean, to do what he did and demolish everyone he did was terrible. And he really... destroyed a lot of people's momentum, but at the same time, that's what really gave Drew his big push, was getting that elimination over Brock. Unless Brock had done that beforehand, Drew wouldn't have got the pop he did, and he wouldn't have had the momentum he would have to move on to WrestleMania. So I can see when they do it sometimes, it's smart, but they sacrifice 10 people just to get Drew McIntyre over. It's a bit annoying, really. Was it Cena and Roman in a gauntlet match, was it? Okay. Yeah, so he spent longer in the ring that night than what Brock Lesnar did in his title reign which lasted over a year in combined matches. That's shocking, really. It's been a pretty good match so far, this one, you know. Two guys looking pretty strong. I mean, would there be any interest? I think there probably should be, but would there be interest in another championship here in Impact? Some sort of mid-card belt. I mean, what did they have in the past? They've had the Global Championship. They've had all these other sort of bits and bobs, but maybe we can do something different. I just feel like these two guys, maybe I don't know. Eddie Edwards could probably go main event, and Jay Lethal could go main event, or Jay Lethal could also get involved in the X Division as well. There's lots of things for them to do, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's the big problem, the Bears, that is. And I don't think people understand that with AEW as well. Because a lot of people talk about how AEW, Kenny Omega's not been anywhere near as good as he was elsewhere than he is now in AEW. But I think, like you said, that they rotate the big names, and that's what they're going to do. I mean, at one point, they'll give Kenny Omega that push, and all of a sudden he'll have an amazing run, and he'll walk out champion. But not everyone can be super strong at once, so they've got to take those sort of turns. And I think AEW's doing it pretty well at the moment, but WWE, of course, they just haven't rotated in so long, and they've lost out on some really good talent because of that. Nice pin here by Eddie Edwards. Only a 2 count. That's possible. I mean, we could use what they've got now, haven't they? They've got the TNA Championship and the Impact Championship at the moment, haven't they? Because isn't Tessa Blanchard still the Impact Champion, and then Moose brought back the TNA Championship? So they've got that now, I suppose. But, Michael, if you go down into the description below, there'll be a link underneath the word Impact. If you click on that, it will show you essentially what I'm looking at right now, which is a spreadsheet with the champions, the current cards, the roster, and the tag team roster. So you can check all that out. We are pretty limited with core space and stuff like that, so we've not been able to put too many people on there, but I think it's still a pretty decent roster. Match is going the distance this one, I'll tell you. Eddie slamming the back of the head of Jay into the mat. And reins him in with a Rough Rider. There will be more going down there as well, Michael. It's just this is as far as I've got so far. As Eddie Edwards gets the win. Okay. So below is just the brands that I've finished so far, but we're going to have 15 brands. Actually, we're going to have 16 brands overall. We have more than that, actually, aren't we? No. We're going to have 15 brands overall. 16 brands overall. So I've only put the ones down that we've actually got completed so far. So if you check them out moving forward, there'll be more coming around. There we go. Good win then for Eddie Edwards. By the way, Michael, if you've got into it, I think you might be in the wrong link. Because nobody's in this one at the moment. There's somebody in the other one. Where am I? Next match, that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to do 8 things at once. So Eddie Edwards picks up the victory over Jay Lethal. We've also got a ranking system in there as well, Michael, so if you want to check that out as well. Cheers for that, Michael. I'm going to be doing some more career mode, but streaming it. We started it a few days ago. It's a Plymouth Argyle career mode, so if you're interested in watching that, then keep an eye out. We will be streaming that again some point. We did a 3-hour stream the other day, so you can go back and check that one out. Sort of like a Road to Glory sort of thing. So tag team division next then. Santana and Ortiz versus Zachary Xavier and Desmond Wentz of the Rascals. So our first match in the tag team division. Yeah, let me know with the tag teams I've created as well, Matthew, whether you're... Because I've thrown a couple of extras in there. You've got Decay in there. I've also created the Dudleys and the Hardys because you've got all them. You've got Motor City Machine Guns, of course, but one of them's going to become the champion. You've got Unbreakable Left Machines. One sec, we've got another cat issue again. Oh, what's going on? I got lost again. Yeah, I did, Michael. Yeah. Good night, Alex. My cats are really well behaved. It was just somebody else's cat came in the garden and started trying to attack mine again. Mine don't leave my garden. I'm knackered chasing cats around the fucking garden now. Yeah, I'm the same, Michael. I've just had my internet changed recently, which is why I'm now able to stream. I never was able to beforehand, but now my internet is much, much better. I used to get 0.6 megabytes per second upload. Now I'm getting about 25. Seems to be right, Michael, to be honest, yeah. There's one who comes around called Big White, who's pretty cool. He's alright with me, but the cat's a bit dubious of him. He frightened the life out of me earlier. I was having my dinner before the stream, and I walked into the kitchen with my plate and that to put it in the sink to wash up, and that cat was sat on my kitchen side, just in my kitchen. A cheeky little prick. That was a big splash there by Zachary Wentz, who got married to Kimberly this week, I believe. And Kimberly is now working it in back as well. Only a 2 count. That's cool. Combat Zone Wrestling. Let me just double check for you. Where's the schedule for that one? So I've got Combat Zone Wrestling down as 5 shows until the first pay-per-view. But of course, if you want to book shows and that before, if you want to book champions that beforehand, that's fine. Yeah, a lot of people don't, to be honest, Michael. But at least you can understand the numbers sort of style. I was getting 0.5, now I'm getting 25. So I'm literally getting 50 times quicker internet than what I used to be. So it's pretty crazy. Where there's another pin there by Desmond Xavier. Not quite enough. Are they really? I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. I mean, they all could be pretty good members of the X Division, I suppose, individually, but I mean, you've got a good stable there. Why break it? There's some sort of like secret reveal, is it, Justin? I can't see it. There's a cat in the way. That's interesting. It is interesting. I can't. You get your bum out the way of the screen. I didn't see what happened now. That's your fault. So we got our first tag team victory of this universe mode. What do I do, Matthew? Do you want to make it the winner of this versus the winner of the next tag team match, or do you want to have another 2 like first round matches next week, and then have the winners face each other for a chance to go on to fight for the championships at the pay-per-view? Because you've still got a fair few tag teams left that you can use, of course. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's Ian Rotten, isn't it? Nice pile driver there. They're pretty interesting. I don't even know who won yet, to be honest. I mean, I missed the last bit because there was a cat thumb in my face. I missed the very last bit, to be honest. But it was Santana and Ortiz of LAX who get the victory. Nice. So Santana and Ortiz both get +1. We get -1 for Desmond Xavier. And Zachary Wentz. And -1 for the Rascals. Is that of interest then? The people that have been on my spreadsheets, I've changed the way I've done the stable screen now, and I put notes against each tab, against each of the tag teams. Does that read for you, or does it just show for me? I'm not quite sure. OI4K versus the North? Okay. Yeah, if you want to start jotting some stuff down now, Matthew, we'll like I say, we'll put the card into my spreadsheet before the end of tonight's show. Alright, so the North versus OI4K. Yeah, if someone does nip over to the spreadsheet at some point, if they can let me know if that does work on the Tag Team Rankings tab. If you mouse over the team, does it tell you who's in it? I just want to make sure, because I've added notes, but I don't know if they only show for me or if they show for everyone. I'm hoping they show for everyone. It's a bit more neat and tidy than me making it all in one go. You can do New Generation. What have you done so far? What are the scores so far tonight? Was it 4? I think the first one was 4 stars, wasn't it? I can't remember top of my head, to be honest. You might have to, if you remind me the numbers, I'll put them into my spreadsheet now, and we can. I can give you the average. It's 5 stars. I mean, it's not the best OI4K, is it? Oh, you'll average them yourselves. Okay, that's fine, mate. Yeah, if you let me know, I can put them into the spreadsheet as well, then. No problem, Justin. Yeah, I'll have to just double check that I can get everything downloaded. Hopefully, like I say, I'll be doing all this. I'll probably stream again tomorrow and then maybe Thursday or one or the other. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll be off Friday and Saturday and hopefully get the rest of the setup done during the weekend. So when we come back on Sunday, we should be good literally just to stream shows out. That's not bad. I think the first match of the night was probably my favourite, to be honest, but I'm just disappointed in the ending at the moment. So that maybe the second match was pretty good, but mainly just for the shock value of Roderick Strong getting the victory. But yeah, the first match was really good. It's just a shame that that Daniel stood there and just watched the pin. But then again, that's something that we can use an advantage, I suppose. That's not fair. I wish I was at work. I'm still struggling to get used to work at the moment, to be honest. After having like 10 or 11 weeks off, going back to working full time is pretty tricky. I mean, I was an hour and a half late this morning, which nobody noticed. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But that's because I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning deleting bloody logos off the save file. Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, I'll see what I can get for you. I'll see what I can get for you, Justin. I mean, there might be. Oh, well, you're not. Stop! Get off! Justin, I apologise, but I don't know. I should be able to control. There we go. That's fine. So my cat walked across my keyboard and deleted a couple of your matches, but I just undid it and it's gone back in. It's fine. They broke up the Chris brothers as well. What are Impact doing? Me, Michael, I play lots of games, to be honest. I don't watch any television at all, really. I've just had all my my cable and Sky and all cut off. Because the only stuff I do watch is Netflix. Apart from that, it's YouTube. And then, so I'm doing this. I'm doing FIFA. I like doing a lot of big story games, I suppose, like Fallouts and the Assassin's Creed and the Elder Scrolls and stuff like that. And also a lot of build-up games as well, like Prison Architect and stuff like that. You build prisons. The little Cerebus just walked straight across the bloody keyboard and typed over "What are your stories?" But I managed to control Z it. It's funny because sometimes, Justin, I leave, I have the spreadsheet open here, and I'll leave my computer on when I go to work, and then when I get to work, I'll open the spreadsheet at work and do some work on it as well. And I can see little bits and bobs where they walked across the keyboard throughout the day, and they just typed into the boxes. It's crazy. It's almost like they're sending me messages. Oh, did they, Matthew? I saw they took Fulton out, but I didn't realise they split the rest up as well. I mean, I thought it was a really good tag team. I mean, it's a tag that's been going for years. I'm talking early 2012, 2013, when these guys are all in Combat Zone Wrestling together. Hopefully, Mike, I must admit to you, Michael, I have never played the first one. I have it here, in plastic. I got it on release day. I've still never got round to playing it. The problem is I do so much of this for my YouTube and that, and my upload schedule is pretty hectic, and that's my own fault. It's nobody else's, but I just upload so much stuff that I don't get around to playing a lot of games sometimes. But I'm hoping now with streaming and that, it's going to become a bit easier for me. So I think probably what I will do is I will... Is Cerebus Greek? I thought... Oh, I do apologise, Justin. I thought Cerebus was the three-headed dog that guarded the door to Hades. It is, isn't it? Yeah. I got it right then. So Cerebus is the three-headed dog that guards the gates to Hades. Yeah. I wasn't bad then. Yeah, I've still got Red Dead Redemption 2 in the plastic as well. I got on release day. Still not played it. But I think with doing more of this, it's going to give me a lot more freedom, I think. I think because I'm not having to edit and upload and that sort of stuff, we're doing the streaming instead. It's going to give me a lot more time to actually just make content instead. That's a very good point, Justin. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That does make a lot of sense. Yeah, so doing this, I think what I'm probably going to do now is, I don't know how people are going to feel about this, but I'm probably going to finish off the AEW Universe mode to where I've recorded up to, which is Double or Nothing. And then, obviously, the AEW Universe mode will just become part of the streaming now, so there'll be no, individual episodes of this uploaded, apart from when I upload the individual episodes of this. Does that make any sense? Because I think this just works a lot more, to be honest. Justin, I'm normally the one nerding out, but people are not normally there to fact check me. People just believe what I say, so you got me. I forgot what I was saying. I get distracted. Oh yeah, it's So I think this is a much better concept. I think I enjoy the fact of sitting here and chatting to you guys while these matches are going on at the same time as well. So I think as time goes on, probably we will stop doing the uploads of actual individual shows. And we'll just do more of the streaming where you guys can write the cards like yourself, and then what I'll do is I'll cut these down into individual shows and re-upload them as well anyway, just to make it easier to catch up or re-watch if you want to. So you can always do that. What's it, Jay? Oh, sorry, I thought it needed to come out early today. We can do, Jay, but it'll be a case as if people are happy watching, because that's going to be a lot of extra episodes. If people are happy to watch NXT Championship tournaments, that's fine. Either that, or maybe you'd have to just replace your shows with it, maybe, I don't know. You can't just go straight into my inner circle, mate. You've got to buy me a drink first. It's a win for... No, it's not. Ethan Page with the pin now. Josh Alexander trying to... Yeah, he takes him down. There could be the win for Ethan Page in the North. It is indeed. Right, so the North get the win. Is there a team called the South as well? We went like some sort of Southern team, didn't we? Ethan Page and Josh Alexander get the wins. Dave, Jake, and Dave Chris get the losses. And the tag teams, OI4K get the loss and the North get the win. Okay, there we go. That is that updated. There we go. Yeah, Jay, I've got your... You stop walking on the freaking keyboard. Jay, I've got your NXT pay-per-view down after one NXT episode. So if you wanted to do Elimination Chamber to crown the first champions, that's absolutely fine. At your first pay-per-view. So if you book your first show of 5 matches, and then we'll go straight into TakeOver. So you can crown your first champion to TakeOver if you wanted to. Right, so the records are updated as of that match. You're doing it on purpose. You're looking at the screen while you're pressing the buttons now. You're doing it on purpose. You never used to walk on the desk this much. Why are you doing it so much now? Oh, Justin brought me a drink. Matthew, I don't mind the Jake and Dave feud. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. My only issue is that I really like them as a tag team. I really like tag team... Will you stop scratching stuff? I really like tag team wrestling. And I like proper tag teams. And when you see companies split tag teams that have been together for so long up, it frustrates me because I really want to see them do well in the tag team division. So yeah, I mean, I've got 2, and currently one of them's attacking the keyboard, and the other one's trying to get the wires at the back of the computer, so if my screen goes off. Yeah, sorry, New Generation, you're averaging it, aren't you? And then I'll just put it in the end. No, Jay, it's just this first one. Like I said, there's a 6-week rotation on pay-per-view, so yours will be 1 show, then a pay-per-view, then it'll be 6 shows, then a pay-per-view, 6 shows, then a pay-per-view. It just so happens that yours ended up first. I know you'd managed to get yours booked pretty quick, so I thought we'd push yours first. Won't surprise me. She keeps giving me dirty looks all the time. So Bobby versus James. This should be an interesting one. It's going to definitely affect the rankings in the singles division. And also, like you said, you're getting the bad blood out the way before the tag team starts. Yeah, Nathan, it's a little bit random, isn't it? It's a bit of a mess. It's not very well presented. It's not very organised, but we have some giggles. I mean, that's the main thing. That's what it's all about in the end. I may not have a clue what's going on half the time, but at least I'm enjoying myself. Bobby Roode. Yeah, I like Bobby Roode. I mean, I wasn't ever a big Bobby Roode fan, to be honest. I did get stuck in the NXT hype, though. The whole glorious stuff, I thought that was fantastic. And then moving on to the main roster, he just died a death, didn't he, really? New Generation, I don't think we'll get to that tonight, to be honest. I mean, it's 20 to 11 here now at night. And I'm shattered because I was up so late last night. So I'm probably going to do just this show, then we'll finish off for tonight. But what I will do is I will take your card after this if you're sticking around. I'll take your card and I'll put it into the spreadsheet so I can get it all set up ready for our next stream, which will probably be tomorrow. I mean, I'm thinking I can probably stream... What have we got left now, then? So I've done 5 brands are set up and ready to go. And we've just done 1. Okay, well, I can play with this then. The fucking keyboard. Do you mind? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. There you go. What am I doing? Yeah, okay. I got completely distracted. What am I doing again? Yeah, sorry, I was talking, wasn't I? Yeah, so I've got 5 shows created so far. This is the first one, so what we might do is maybe stream 2 tomorrow and 2 on Thursday. So it'll be New Japan and Raw tomorrow, and Ring of Honor and Combat Zone Wrestling on Thursday. And then that means when I can't stream on Friday and Saturday, I can set up the next couple of save files. And then hopefully by Sunday, we should be ready just to blitz it then. Bobby with a glorious DDT and the glorious victory and the glorious ranking point for himself as well. I think she just wants food, to be honest, Justin. She's been a bit of a pain. She just wants feeding. See, this could be in... Oh, James Storm unhappy with a loss here. James Storm not happy with a loss. He's annoyed with Bobby Roode, or is he annoyed with himself? How do we work this? How do we plan it? A little bit, Matthew, yeah. It's, do we have a rematch? Are we thinking maybe like a... What we got? We got a... 1, 2... Yeah. So you can't really do a best of 5 series because you can only have 4 matches. I'm the same, to be honest, Michael. Anyway, main event of the evening time, Alex Shelley versus Chris Saban. The 2 tag team mates from the Motor City Machine Guns get to fight for the belt. At least we know, from their point of view, one of them is walking away as the champion. Which probably means these 2 won't be involved in the tag team championship tournament, I'm assuming. Because it'll be a bit awkward if one of them needs to defend the championship at the pay-per-view, then have to also fight for the tag team championships. So that works, Michael. You got to get food. If you're hungry, you know. Maybe, Matthew, yeah. But do you think that Storm can put this all behind him and join up with Roode, or are those feelings still going to be brewing underneath? I mean, the interesting one could be maybe they tag together for a while, then lose a couple of big matches, then Storm could turn on Roode. Nice. Or maybe as the general manager, you can just force them together. What's your favourite type of food at Mega Project? I like Mexican food. I'm a big fan of Mexican food. If anything's covered in cheese and sour cream, I'll eat it. Nice spinning neckbreaker there by Alex Shelley on Chris Saban. This is a very strong roster when you look at it, isn't it? I mean, we've seen some great matches tonight already, and we've still got the likes of Austin Aries, Bully Ray, Bobby Lashley, Christian Cage, Brian Cage, EC3, Drew McIntyre, Eric Young, Jeff Hardy, Killer Cruz, Magnus, Matt Hardy, Michael Elgin, Moose, Sami Callihan, Sting, amongst a lot of others that haven't even wrestled yet tonight. Mate, if there's enough cheese and sour cream on it, mate, I'll have it. Across the wall food. I think Italian's pretty much the same, it's just covered in tomato sauce and cheese. You've got to make the pasta. To make the pasta, you put it in the pot. With the hot water. That's Italian impression. Interesting, isn't it? It's only Saban played the heel out of the pair, didn't they? These 2 are very versatile because they're going to be a tag team in Impact, Ring of Honor, and New Japan. But that's going to be it. Just those 3 brands out of 15, so it shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, we are still going to see some crossover, but not as much as we had. Because we only had 6 brands before, I think the crossovers were a lot more obvious. I think at least on this one, we are going to see some crossovers, but it shouldn't be too crazy, I don't think. Nice in there by Alex, Shelley and Saban after the sliced bread. Only a 2 count. He brings Saban back up, rolls him through. And now locking him into this submission. Wrenching the arm of Saban back. See you later, Michael. Cross-brand invasion angles. I think we would entertain it. I wouldn't want to make it a permanent fixture, but I'm happy to do a storyline along those sort of lines. It might be a bit more difficult for the retro roster, Justin, because yeah, that could be a bit of an interesting one. If the Young Bucks turned up and attacked the Legion of Doom or something, it might not make 100% sense, but I suppose from your side, Justin, you can just have yours is cross promotion anyway, because you've got WCW, NWA, them sort of guys in there as well. Really brutal here by Alex Shelley, just stamping on the hand of Saban. I apologise fully, Omega Project. I think American Italian is very different to Italian Italian. And one of the guys I deal with at work a lot is, well, I used to do it, he got sacked today. One of the guys I deal with a lot of work is Italian. And that does sound spot on to him, honestly. Is an American Italian like, Yo Tony Vassetti? That sort of stuff, isn't it? I am just offending as many people as possible tonight. Welcome to the Shabby's Offensive Stream. Welcome to Shabby Impressions. Oh, Space Jam's back. So Saban is struggling at the moment. Shelley is in control of this part of the match. I think Shelley has dominated most of it. Saban with a cheeky, quick roll up into just a 2 count. Now Saban stalking. Is he going to go? No, he goes up onto the shoulders. Into the package and slams down Michinoku Driver styly in for the pin. The referee's incredibly slow to get down, and it's not enough to pick up the victory. Oh. Just spattering the desk. I got a bit excited. It's plain and obvious, Omega. Plain and obvious. Cradle shock. Yeah, I struggle with remember. My brain does not work as good as it used to. I do not brain very well sometimes. You may have noticed. It's a pretty good match so far, this one, you know. It might steal the show between these two. Omega Projects remembered the plane situation. Nice knees in the guts. I quite enjoyed that stream, man, that plane one. With the GTA. I got like 20 quid for donations up that as well, great. It could be both, to be honest. I've not had any beers in a few days, though, to be honest, because I've just realised I get paid 2 weeks today, and I am almost broke already, so I can't afford the beers at the moment. But there we go, victory for Alex Shelley. He is going to be your first Impact X Division champion. There we go, Alex Shelley, Shaban. And it looks like there's going to be mutual respect shown here between the tag team. Great friendship between these two, and that will only improve as these two look to move on and fight also for the tag team championship as well. I'm happy with that ending. The handshake was a perfect ending between those two. I'm very happy. New Generation, I think you are right, to be honest. It was a great match. There we go. That was a good show. I really enjoyed that. So what was the average rate in New Generation? What was your average rating for the show? So we had Bobby Roode win and Alex Shelley. Right, so after tonight, do we want to go somehow... Do we want to, Matthew, do we want to try and book our next episode of Impact now? I'll put it in so it's ready to go for next episode, next time we come round to it. I think we said we want to do another 2 tag team tournament matches, didn't we? So we can do that if you want. I'd ideally like to keep the Motor City Machine Guns out of it now because one of them's already the champion. But it's your guys' shout, I suppose. Impact. Tag. Tawny. Tournament. Impact Tag Tournaments. There we go. Right, okay, you got matches. It's only a 5-match card this time, Matthew. It'll be 5 matches moving forward now. Yeah, the storytelling of that worked really, really well. To be honest, Nathan, I think the cats are the heroes of the stream, really, to be honest. If it wasn't for the cats, I'd just be sat here chatting to you. You wouldn't get all the fun of me running around the garden, chasing them out and calling them all sorts of names under the sun and getting dirty looks at the windows from my neighbours. Right then, so I'll put these in now. 4-star average. There we go. I'll put that in. Right, so I have the Google Sheets completed for Impact, New Japan, and Ring of Honor. So if you guys want to, I can put all of those cards in so we get the shows a bit quickly. We get the shows done a bit smoothly next time round because I can get them done. So we do the Impact one first, and I'll also take the Ring of Honor and New Japan cards if you've got them ready as well. Right, so Impact number 2, okay. What's wrong with Cat Lesnar? Cat Lesnar's a hero. That Mr. Perfect. New Generation, if you keep Combat Zone Wrestling to yourself for now, because I've not created the sheet for it yet, I'll probably take it tomorrow if that's okay, if you can just keep a note of it. I've only got the Impact in New Japan and Ring of Honor ones done so far. I just want to make sure I had them done for tonight. Yeah, no problem, Mega Pro. Yeah, it's I was really late into bed last night, so I want to get into bed a bit earlier tonight. I mean, it's 11 o'clock here now, well, 5 to 11. But yeah, I'm absolutely shattered because, like I say, I was deleting logos till God knows what time last night. Well, I know what time, 2 o'clock. In the morning. You got your matches, Matthew? I'll take them now, mate. Oh, you got them. I keep doing that. Okay, so Roderick Strong, Eddie Edwards to continue on in the rankings. I like that. We've got Beer Money versus the Hardys. A tag team tourney. Okie freaking dokie. I like that a lot as well. Beer Money versus... I forgot what it was now. Beer Money versus Hardys. Yep. And we got Davey versus Angle. And Davey versus Davey Richards versus Kurt Angle. Oh, you might be one match. Is that right? I think you might need another tag team match, Matthew, because you had 2 tag team match first rounds this week. So you want 2 next week, I would imagine. Then you'll have 4 teams, the final 4 teams that can go up against each other on the... Well, it's up to you, or you can do a triple threat tag team match at the pay-per-view. It's up to you, but I don't know whether you wanted to do 2 more teams... 2 more matches of 2 more teams on this show. Then you can do the 2 sets of semi-finals in the next show. It's up to you. Decay versus Dudley's on the 4th match, okay. Yeah, at least then you've got your tag team tournament looking good then. Then AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels. Okay, I've got that card in now then. Decay versus the Dudleys. The Dudley boy. Those damn Dudleys. There we go. The Impact card is in there. If you want to check out what we're going to be seeing next time, then you can check it out in the spreadsheet down below. What am I talking about now? The strangest thing, yeah. I tell you what, you say about that, Nathan, mate. My auntie's dog. This is a really random story now. My auntie's dog years ago, when it was a puppy, it jumped up to catch a ball in the park. It landed funny and hurt its leg. So the vet put it on steroids to help grow the muscles back and strengthen the leg. My God, that dog was hench. It was absolutely hench. It got to the point where if the dog tried to hump your leg, you couldn't pull it off. Well, that's a terrible phrase. You couldn't remove the dog. You had to just let it finish because you had no chance. It was just too big and strong. it was shocking, really. Right. Right, enough about dog humping. Let's move on. So, can we do the first Ring of Honor card now, please? I shall take that from you. It will be 5 matches if we can. So I managed to set yours up correctly. Okay, so this is Alex Shelley, the first X Division champion. Like so. It's a roided up cat. Oh, okay, I see it's come through. Right, Okada versus Cobb. Are you doing New Japan first? Okay, 1 second, I'll move it across. So New Japan. Kazuchika. I'm just going to type it in easy. Okada. At least put Kazuchika versus Cobb. Okada versus Cobb. Evil and Sanada versus God, and that's been number one. I keep probably doing this wrong. Versus God, and that's the number one contendership for the tag team championships. Tag team number one contendership. Okay, next. Pat versus Kushida for the Never Openweight Championship. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot, I do. Never Openweight Championship. Pack. This is Kushida. Penta versus Ospreay and Styles versus Ricochet. Okay. Penta versus Ospreay and US between Styles and Ricochet, was it? Yeah. AJ Styles versus Ricochet. There we go. Okay, I've filled that in now. I just need to change. I need to add one thing in. So we're doing The winner of Okada versus Cobb versus the winner of Ospreay versus Kenta. Is that right, New Generation? I think so. Not yet, Jay. I've not done the sheet for that one yet. So keep a hold of that for now. Or if you want to send it across in a message, I can put it in tomorrow when I've created the sheet for it. Okay. So you've got 6. You got 6, haven't you? Shows before your first pay-per-view. Unfortunately, Red Hood King, we have run out of core space at the moment, so we won't be able to download anyone else. Okie doke. Right, that's that in then. New Japan is typed up and ready to go. It's in the sheet if you want to check it out. So I just need from you then Ring of Honor, and then that's all I've got at the moment. And then when I create the rest of the sheets, do I have that done? Or you've done it already? New Generation, I don't believe we have Colt Cabana. Have I put him on the list? I should have done. No, sorry, New Generation, we haven't got Colt Cabana. We have got Rush now, who I've not added though. Rush. Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. So O'Reilly versus Fish for the Pure Championship. That's a nice match. I like that one. I like that one. Pure Championship. Kyle O'Reilly versus Bobby Fish. Good old Bobby Fish. Okay, that's that one. Next. The Briscoes versus the Hardys, #1 contendership for the Tag Team Championship. Briscoes versus the Hardys. #1 contender for Tag Team Championship. Okey-doke. Next is Cole versus Bryan. Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan in a ROH title tournament. Match, okay. You got Kingdoms then? You got Kingdom is Rollins, Taven, and Kanellis. Okay. Rollins, Taven, Kanellis versus Horus, Flamita, and Bandido. Okay, and then finally are you rushing that match then, yeah? Oh, Red Hood King, you are special. Right, where am I looking at? So you'll do AJ Styles versus Rush then for the Television Championship, is that right? I'll put that in. TV title. Yeah, to be honest, Red, we've got nearly 5,000 subscribers here, so if you don't want to stick around because we're not going to use your core, not really that bothered, to be honest, mate. We work this like a democracy. Everyone is involved. And we will not negotiate with subscribing people. Like, I was going to say a word then, but I just realised that word might get this video demonetized, so I'm not going to. Boom, boom. Okay. Right, so I've got that card in there now as well, then New Generation, so we should be looking good on that. So I'm ready to go next time. Yeah, AJ Styles versus Rush. Yeah, so I've got that one in there now as well. So those are the only ones that I've got set up so far. I think tomorrow I'll try and set a few more up when I'm at work, but at least we've got enough now to go through and... I forgot what I was talking about. I keep getting distracted so much. Yeah, we've got the sheets ready for the shows that we can do. So probably what I'll do, like I said, is we'll try and do 2 shows tomorrow and 2 shows on Thursday. So the 2 shows tomorrow, although some people might not be happy with it, but the 2 shows tomorrow are going to be New Japan and I think Raw. Yeah, so New Japan and Raw are the 2 shows tomorrow. Then Thursday will be Ring of Honor and Combat Zone Wrestling. So we'll be pretty good there. I think he's probably gone already now. Bless him. I love how people just think that they're going to walk in and just change like everybody in the chat and just going to sit down and accept that we've got to use his... I mean, shall we have a look? God, this will be fun. This will be fun. Let's see how bad this core actually is. Because I bet it's terrible, isn't it? Was it Luke Young, did he say? Didn't Luke Young used to play for Charlton Athletic, I think? I might be wrong. I guess I'll look. I mean, we could always download it, just get it minimum stats, and just get everyone to beat the crap out of it every week. We have the technology. It's pronounced Roosh. God, here we go. Roosh. Rochambeau. I'm assuming it's going to be right down the bottom. What does he pronounce Roosh for? Anyone see it? I don't see it, to be honest. I've typed in Luke Young. Maybe it might have a download. Why someone created Luke Gallows on a game where Doc Gallows is already on there? No wonder no one's downloaded it. I don't see him. Roosh. Good old Roosh. I haven't got to say that on stream, I bet, because that's just going to confuse the life out of me. That's a good right hand there by Roosh. I can't see him. I mean, I bet it's terrible, isn't it, really? I'm not going to lie. I mean, this guy's just Darby Allin. How many people? I do. I mean, that's pretty cool, actually, but let's look at that one. If you're doing like a generic core universe mode, I'll consider doing that at some point as well. Just to completely annoy old Red Dildo, whatever his name was, who just left. We could do it. So it depends, because I don't know if a lot of you... I've said this a few times before. I don't know how many of you guys have actually got PS4 on this. Yeah, you're pretty right. I bet what he's done. I bet he's like called it his own name or something. I don't know, you know, Jay, to be honest. I got no idea what you're talking about. Hood and King. You watch him use his own name as his tags. How has this many things got Hood King written on them? Okay, I give up. It's really not that important, is it? I just wanted to make a point, but hey ho. Whoosh. We can just assume that it was terrible. I think that's safe to assume. Anyway, we'll call it there for tonight then. I've got your cards written down. I'll get everything ready. I'll tell you about what the card is I wrote for Raw, unless anyone else wants to write a Raw card. I just wrote one down because I didn't think many people would do it. So the card I've got written down for Raw, which is also going to have its pay-per-view after the first week. The card I wrote then was Edge versus Mysterio versus Joe versus McIntyre in a fatal 4-way elimination match. The winner will go on to the pay-per-view to fight for the WWE Championship. Cedric Alexander and Ricochet versus Hanson and Rowe in a tag team championship number 1 contendership. Aleister Black versus Jinder Mahal in a United States Championship number 1 contendership. Becky Lynch and Asuka versus Charlotte and Shayna Baszler. The winning team will face each other at the pay-per-view for the Women's Championship. Lashley versus John Cena in another United States Championship number 1 contendership. Andrade and Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza versus Shane Thorne, Nick Miller and Brandon Vink. The winning team will get a shot at the Tag Team Championship at the pay-per-view as well. And then Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens and Brock Lesnar. The winner will face off against the winner of the first match for the WWE Championship. What's wrong with you, Nathan? It's just the Bushwhackers. Well, that's the card I've thrown together for a Raw. We might as well do it because everyone's on the game, aren't they? So I might just have to change the 6-man tag because I realised we forgot to download Brandon Vink. Have we got any downloads left? I know we've got no logos left, have we? But I just want to try it. See how we get. The Rushwhackers. Because I haven't downloaded MVP or Brandon Wink, or Vink, or whatever it's called. What's up, Nathan? The Rushwhackers and Shabby's Freuded Cat. No, I think we're probably stuck on cause now, aren't we? So we'll have to ignore Brandon Vink for now, then I suppose. I'll just replace him with Nick Miller. We'll stick with TM61 for now. And then I will take Humberto out of that match as well. And do... Actually, no. I'm going to change it even more. I'm going to put Andrade in there. I'm going to give Zelina Vega a real problem, whereas Andrade faces off against Aleister Black, her husband. Then Humberto and Garza can fight in the Tag Team Championship number 1 contendership. And then... That's fine then, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. I do apologise. I should be talking to you guys, really. But that's the shit that goes through my head at sometimes, right? What are you saying? And I really cry. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to leave it there for the night then. So I've got your cards written down. What I'll do before the stream tomorrow is I'll get the cards ready for those 2 shows. So there'll be less of watching me slowly create matches and that sort of stuff. But I think we're on the straight and narrow now. We should be able to spend less time setting up and organising and more time actually doing the shows now. Like I said, if you want to check out any of the cards that we've got set up for the next few days, then the links of the 4 sheets I've done so far are in the description down below. Yeah, Jay, if you want to message me through your NXT stuff, I'll put it onto a sheet when I create it tomorrow when I'm at work. I'm not going to do them all in one go. I think I might do some... It should be quicker now because I've figured out how to actually duplicate a sheet rather than me copying and pasting everything across. It should actually work out pretty quicker for me. Yep, pretty quicker is a phrase I just used, which does not exist. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, because I've got to do the other save files. Yeah, I've got to finish off PWG, AEW before I do that as well. Okay, so I'm talking to myself again. Nathan Robertson, everyone, he has just found out that he can use all sorts of different emojis. confusing me now, new generation. You're confusing me now. Brandon Vink is Shane Thorne's new tag team partner, I think, on Raw, isn't it? But I can't get him. We've run out of logo space and we've run out of download space, so I'm just going to use Nick Miller instead, bring him back. Yeah, it's a good shout, Jay. What are you going to do? You going to do it as an 8-man elimination match, or going to do it as a anything else? Oh, I need to go to bed. It's 11:15. Okay. I'm going to bed. I bid you all farewell. I hope you've enjoyed our 2 streams that I wasn't going to do tonight and I sat down and did anyway. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. We've had fun. We got our first show out the way. The rankings are looking decent. I like the fact the card is, or the roster, sorry, is smaller. Because after that first show of Impact, we've already got ranking points assigned to about half the roster already, which is pretty nice. So it means we should see some good movements around in those rosters. And every roster is going to be roughly the same size as well, which is pretty nice. Anyway, then, I bid you all farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, and other words that mean goodbye in different languages. I have been the Shabmeister. I've never used that phrase before, and I probably never will ever again. But I have enjoyed your companies, and I will see you again for a couple of shows tomorrow. Good night, and goodbye, and farewell.